Welcome to Coding After Work, where we are not packing after work. We are coding. Are you aware that Tyndall is actually leaving tomorrow morning?
No, I am not.
He is. Jimmy usually wants to be done 2 weeks before we leave, so.
Jimmy usually want to be at the airport by now.
Yeah, but he's driving, so it's fine.
Okay, that case doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's going on a road trip. That's nice.
It is.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
So what are we doing today? So we had kind of a plan talking about accessibility and stuff like that, but I thought that we just might want to dial things back a bit and kind of be done with the things that we already have.
Yeah, sure.
Just check them off.
Yep.
If you're...
I'm okay with that.
Awesome.
I'm starting to learn that you're going back and forth around things anyways.
But I got some great feedback from people at work and things that we've been talking about on stream as well. So I thought, let's just be done with all of that, and then we can talk about accessibility.
Yeah, and all the other things we need to do.
Yes. But
look at that. 3,200 kilometers. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Will be fun because I know he has the same car as we do.
So let's pop into my computer, perhaps.
Yes.
If I can find it. There it is.
Found it.
And I have been doing stuff.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you had a presentation, didn't you?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so I was part of the Blazor Power Hour. Mm-hmm. And have you seen his intro? Did you see that?
No, I missed the intro.
Okay.
I was like 90 seconds late, so I was driving home.
It's like everyone famous and me for some reason.
Well, he does call you Swede Sanderson because you do a lot of Blazor.
Maybe I get some extra points for that. I don't know. But it was really fun, and I think it's actually still on Twitch. Let's see.
Yeah,
here.
it should be, right?
Twitch.
So, important question. How are you?
I am.
Yeah. I already talked to him. He knows I'm crazy.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm good too.
Code.
We got our car back today. Well, we left it today, but you know, if you like something and you're apart from it so long. But we got a new windshield.
Yeah, look at that. Here I am.
Accept the cookies. Thank you.
If I don't wanna.
Everyone likes cookies.
So Progress Telerik has an amazing Twitch channel and a YouTube apparently, which Blazor Power Hour, I think it's a weekly show. I don't think it's going to do anything this week, but I was a guest. It was actually this week, so last Tuesday.
Yeah, they do a lot of fun stuff. They have another series called How to Human as well, I think. Yeah. Yes. Good stuff. Hey, Tyndall saw it. You did great. Yeah. All right. We were actually discussing things in the chat room while you were, as per usual. That's my specialty.
Yeah. So we talked about my Blazor plugin, for example, Blossom. We talked about Sweet Chug, which is coming up.
Yeah. Which actually Tyndall is speaking at.
True. We didn't know that last show, but we do now. Because we pressed the button.
Exactly.
Organizing a conference, it's a lot of work, of course. There's a venue, there's food, there is
sponsors,
tickets, sponsors, speakers, exactly. There's a lot of things going on. Booking travels and hotels. But there's one thing that is the most scary thing of all.
Can confirm.
That is pressing notify speakers.
Yes.
So you select the speakers and you press the button, and that is going to send out emails to
a certain list, but you can actually put the speakers in accept queue, accepted, decline queue, declined, and something else, I think. So there's 5 different lists. So what if you picked the wrong list?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... We were, what, 6, 7 people? And we were still like, are we sure? Is everyone on board now?
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is super scary.
Tyndall is looking forward to it and dreading it all at once. I hope you're not dreading meeting us again.
All right.
Yes, exactly like that. It's read again, leave it for 10 minutes, read again, click and pray. For sure. Oh, you're dreading my skånska. Okay. So I have a little bit of a dialect because I come from the south of Sweden. Basically the Texas of Sweden, I would say, or Danish as all the Swedes would call it. We can speak English, I'm fine with that. I can translate for you.
The worst scenarios is when we're out traveling and we meet a fellow Dane and she starts to speak to the person and I'm like, I have nothing.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
We had that once. We were a group of 5 people or something, so we were speaking in English because we're different nationalities, and this person, Jimmy and I, was left. She's Danish, so she switched, which was fine. But Jimmy just like, no, I give up.
So now basically I have 2 options. I can stand there, nod, and look happy, or second option, just leave. I think I've tried both, actually.
Third option, continue speaking English.
Oh, that's true, but that
is it glitching?
My computer is, yes.
Oh, okay, nice. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's the HDMI connection. I've actually tried to get a new one, but since I don't want the standard computer, I'd rather have one with a pen and touch and all of that. So I need to fight a little bit.
Yeah. Expensive computers are expensive.
Yeah.
I did that to Jimmy too, though. Me and Stacy were talking cars, and Jimmy was standing there. All I don't have any idea what they're saying. Yeah. I hope they're done soon. Yeah, that's basically Danish cars. Same.
Sometimes I got wheel. I know wheel. Yeah.
Well, you know how to wash it. You're not allowed to, but you know how.
Yeah.
I think.
But it was still a little bit tricky because wheel, is that the one you steer with? Or is it the one that the car has normally 4 of? It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Usually one is called steering wheel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Stacy remembers that as well. Sorry to me.
It's not like, I mean, I'm learning from conversations like that, but yeah.
No, it's always fun. I think all types of nerdery is fun, even if it's not your particular subject.
I
still
appreciate it.
Exactly, the passion and the nerdery of it.
Yeah, cars just makes me tired.
Oh, come on.
No?
Stacy will leave.
It's really, really fun.
Really fun? Yeah. Speaking of cleaning cars, I will wipe you out. No? Okay, that's done. Over and done. Back from the bad jokes. What are we doing?
So, first of all, we need to talk about our sponsor.
Yes! We mentioned them a little briefly.
Did we? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Progress Telerik has amazing Blazor UI controls and basically controls for everything. Yeah. Not only Blazor.
Maui, what have you. Yeah. Everything.
All those JavaScript thingies, and they have it all.
That's when we zoned out. Like, Maui, Blazor, we're fine.
So if you need a component, they definitely have it, and they have been supporters for the podcast and for the for this show for soon 2 years now, I think.
Yeah.
So
we're super stoked about that.
Thank you to them. I don't.
And speaking of progress and the stream you were showing, there will be. They actually. You can win. They can win your book, right?
They on VS Live.
Yes, VS
they
Live.
have. I don't know if that's official, but they have a bunch of books. So I'm not going to tell the number, but they have a bunch of books, and they will give them out on what was it called? Bird of a Feather.
Birds of a Feather.
So basically, they have different tables. Some are talking about Blazor, which is the Progress Telerik table, and some are talking about boring stuff like JavaScript and all of that stuff. So obviously you want to be at the Blazor table.
Because you can get the book.
And you can get the book, exactly. Yeah. So you can get this raccoon book. Look at that.
Yay, raccoon.
I kind of have a problem with like, oh, look at me, look at my book. But look at the raccoon. I have no problem with that one.
That's a good trick. Tyndall still hasn't listened to this episode that you're actually showing now.
I don't remember if we talked about it last week. I don't think we did. Because,
but I'm pretty sure he has the time in the car because he will be doing some driving over the week.
So we recorded a podcast with Nick Chapsos talking about playing the YouTube game, or we talked about a lot about
his secret style and how to think when you put up everything from thumbnails to...
Yeah.
We also had a lot of fun. Oh, Stacy enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's much nicer than it looks. If you listen to it, you will understand the reference.
Yeah, apparently people usually say that to him, that, oh, you're much nicer than we thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And he was really nice. All right.
Yes.
So let's talk about...
Fixing stuff on the web.
Fixing stuff on the web.
Yes.
So
I believe we have a bunch of stuff that we can just tick off.
We do.
Yeah.
I usually say, well, it's not like it's my saying. Pick the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, I hate that saying. I really hate that saying.
Why?
It's because people use that as some... I don't know. I really don't like it. They say it in the workplace. Well, take the low-hanging fruit. Like, no, do your freaking job, and do it well. It's like
but it's like we have a bunch of things. These things are easy to reach. Let's grab those. Get those
sure.
out of the
But
way.
I think there's better ways to say that. But I have some pet peeves, and it is what it is. It's another one I really hate.
And I mean,
what do you mean it is what it is?
And
I don't like that.
And I mean, for me, the low-hanging fruit is the only one I'm gonna reach. So.
Well, it could also be the one that's already bad and is laying on the ground.
Not the ground fruit. That's not what we're talking about. We're not gonna
the ones
up
that
the ground fruit.
That the animals get high,
not that one.
Get a little bit boozy on.
So.
Hey, Lavasoft!
Let's pop into...
He's still ignoring the question. Maybe I should take the hint.
What am I ignoring?
I don't know.
Is it me? Did I do that?
I don't know. Maybe you did. Build the tree and then you can do the low-hanging stuff when you're having a poop day. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You have days for poops?
Oh my gosh! Did
how
you go
many
there?
TikToks do you cover on that day? Must be an amazing day.
Oh, right, that question. Yeah, we've had that a couple of times. Which is your favorite raccoon of the covers? We actually had that during Ed's stream as well.
Right. So this is the first one. Now this looks a little bit wonky because it's...
it's in leaves and tree and stuff like that.
And we got this one. So I actually think that the new one is better.
This one?
Yeah.
No, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so not just the cover, all of the raccoons ever. Is it Matilda? What's her name? Is her name Matilda? Melanie the raccoon.
To be honest, it's I must say, since I've only met like 3 raccoons in my life, so I gotta say them.
The second one is more of an emo coon. Thank you for the follow.
Is now following.
So you have an emo coon? The face looks better, like a mugshot. Yeah, well, that makes sense. But you do like Rocket Raccoon?
I do.
Yeah, and Melanie Raccoon. I mean, for the longest time, we had... The last thing he did... This was way before TikTok. The last thing he did before go to sleep was not saying goodnight to me. That was over and done. He was looking at Melanie the Raccoon in her little tutu, eating her little grapes. And the first thing he did in the morning was not say good morning to me, but to the raccoon.
You were sleeping.
Yeah, but still. Hey, Alex Dow. Yeah, so tangent on raccoons.
So one of the things my coworker said was...
Except the low-hanging fruit?
Yes. Well, he talked about the search box should be the same size as the content because that would align better.
That makes sense. We have that issue on another page as well.
So let's talk about that. I don't agree. First of all.
Yeah, but you're wrong.
Yeah. But
your coworker is correct.
Yeah, but let's take an arbitrary search page. Huh?
But
what's up with this?
They do not have the card. So please search for something.
Something.
Yeah. Ta-da! It's all of a sudden aligned to the content. Exactly aligned to the content. So in your face. I'm sorry. I mean, we're married.
Okay. Let's take another example here.
I'm done now. You have proven yourself. No.
Something.
Okay. And ta-da! Also aligned. So everyone.
Oh, he's gonna have a field day.
Yeah, I will clip this and send it to him because
he watches the streams afterwards. He's gonna have a field day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know which colleague it is, so I will ping him so he's aware that you were wrong.
I hate everything. Okay, fair enough. All right. I'm not. I can admit my wrongs.
Align it or make it smaller with some sort of content next to it. Yeah, exactly. But I think align it for this is better because it's sort of the main feature of the page. And yes, we will change the color of the search bar because it's not very good in the dark theme.
So let's see what we got here.
Do you want fishes to slap one another?
What kind of...
or what was the TikTok meme? It was tortillas.
Yes.
Yeah. That's...
Okay, so we have 50 pixels.
Yeah, as in the movie Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. So we have margins, top, left, bottom, right.
Okay. Yeah.
But... So what you can do here is you can just say, oh, you know what, this one should be 0, and this should be 50, and that one should be 0. I have no idea which is which.
No, and also that depends on how big the site is. So we shouldn't use static numbers here.
We are going to use static numbers here.
Okay.
We can fix that later. So if you can get a little bit of help from Visual Studio, top right, bottom left, but I usually prefer to do it like this instead. So I'm going to say that the top should be 50 pixels.
Yeah, but we need to, if you do it like this, we need to come back to it because we cannot say 50 pixels and then you're blowing it up on a super big screen and it will look very strange. So we need to come back to this and use M's and Rems or something like that.
What did I do? I broke it. There we go.
Also, in the chat room, they're going wild because Tyndall slaps Lavasoft around with a large trout.
A fishing attack.
A fish.
What?
That was super fun. Don't fall for it. It's a fishing attack. Yeah, Tyndall is on my side. He also liked it. What did you do on stream? Joke around about fish? Cybersecurity.
So it just became better. But
it's
why?
left aligned.
Yeah, but why? It should be left aligned, I assume.
Yeah, but it's shorter now.
So top, bottom, width. Oh, look at that. We have some kind of width. There we go. We're gonna do 100%.
Tyndall hopes that everyone here used Mirk back in the day.
What is Mirk?
Really? You're like 500 years old.
What?
I know, because I'm older.
You're looking at me like, what?
It took me a few seconds.
There we go.
There we go. See? This is so much better. But again, we need to change the color.
Okay, so we got that one. So what about this? If we take a look here on the
card,
mm-hmm. We have a date, mm-hmm. We have nothing,
yep.
And we have 2 hours.
Yes.
So this is... I have no idea if this is actually... let's take a look at the content we're getting from where the call for paper is sessionized, actually. Okay. So is this... I don't see anything about it actually being an online one.
There's a website.
Let's see what we got here. View map. No, it's actually in Nairobi, apparently. But for our data, we don't have a location.
Yeah. They didn't provide the data onto Sessionize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do we do with that kind of information?
Yeah, because we had the discussions before that when we had the logos, we ended up with different sized cards and it was looking wonky.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to show the little map tag or pin, I guess, if there's no map or address. However, then I think we should switch them around so it's underneath, so we don't have a gap. So we have the consistency that it's always date.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think.
Which page is this? Is this it? Speakers?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would say that the amount of time left is more important.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because we are always late to submit call for papers.
That's true. Okay, yeah, I'll buy that. I'm not entirely convinced with the removing it part.
No?
Because I think it might be important to convey that it's unknown or we don't have that information.
But then maybe we should put in a not available.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that. So let's pop in. I actually think that the conference item. Where do we have that? In here. Conference.
The image that Tyndall showed in the chat room is kind of a cheeky Spyro the dragon. Hi, Dukasoft. Speakers are never late to submit, Stacy says. You're a liar. You probably are never late, but everyone else.
Yeah, I submitted for Svitug in the last couple of hours.
Yeah, me too.
And that's the conference we are doing.
And also there was like 6 people after us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So let's pop into the conference.
I think we got like 50% of the submissions in the last day. Yeah. Or something like that. It's fun.
So let's take a look here.
I like how you think, Tyndall. They submit precisely when they mean to.
Okay, so we have a method called getLocation.
Cat as a service? There are a few cats as a service. You can get the lorem ipsum with cat text. You can have a placeholder image. There's a whole page with the cat placeholder images and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm in. Stacy may have asked for a magic link once or twice. Yeah, we all have. And there's always someone who asks. So the magic link, that's a link that is available after you have closed the call for papers. So it's a special one-time link. Or, well, it's not one-time. It's open after the fact. So, yeah. We've had that twice for Svetug already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which reminds me, NDC London and NDC Sydney has open call for paper.
Okay.
You should definitely submit for that. It's like we still got 50 days or so it's plenty of time. But
well, then I have to wait 49 and a half days.
All right. So we have a method here called getLocation. And it's basically taking the city, taking the country, putting them together. And if we don't have a location, we are going to check, is it online? And if it's online, it's going to be online, right?
Yeah.
So there are a couple of things in the back end checking in, like if it's online the string, or if it's some of the providers has a is online property. But if it's not online, if I don't have a string, if I don't have a location in any way or form, and it's not online, then unknown.
Is it unknown? Or is it not available?
Not available. Okay. Yeah.
You can just you could just use the NA thingy if you want, because it's shorter.
Like that?
Is that a function? No, okay. It looked wonky. Yeah.
Thank you, because available is one of the words that I can't spell. So thank you for that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it's shorter, it's recognizable, and it's not unknown.
Yeah.
It might not be unknown. It might be, but it might not be unknown.
It's
not like they have not decided yet.
It's not to be announced.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, we don't have that information.
Yeah.
Okay, and you also said that the location should be after the call for paper.
Well, now it doesn't really matter.
But you just said that.
Yeah, because if we were removing it, we need to switch the order.
Okay, but you also said that the call for paper was more important.
The time was more important. Yes.
And should be
above all else, I guess. I don't know. Which is the most important thing here on the page?
The most important...
Is it more important exactly what date it is, or is it more important how long I have until I need to get my ducks in a row and submit?
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
So, Tyndall, Stacy, what do you think? Or anyone else, for that matter. If you're a speaker, what is the most important here?
I probably would like to filter on dates first.
Yeah, filter on dates.
But when I'm submitting, so I'm like, the 15th of July. Well, that's too close. I can't do that. And then
but too close. That is actually not filtering on date. That's filtering in when it's closing.
But in my mind, no. The date here.
Yes.
Is when the conference is happening.
Yes. Exactly.
So then I don't understand what you're...
I'm asking, is it more important for the speaker who's searching here that it is on this and that date next year, like Navigate, for instance? It's not until March next year. Is that most important, or is it more important that it closes in 3 hours?
For me, when submitting something, I would first want to know when it is, in my case.
Okay.
I'm not saying that is the universal answer, but I'm saying for me, it's important when it is.
Okay, so we have some suggestions here, so let's go through them. Tyndall says, I think the date is more important because all... No, that's the wrong one. Come on, software. Because all of the events are open for submission. That makes sense. We also have a coffee filter is most important. If coffee is provided, for sure, there should be some sort of information on that. Some are just more urgent than others. And then we have, I'm an expert on the subject now. And Stacy says, date for call for paper is important. Location is second for me. Awesome.
Okay. So that's a comment on the where we put the
yes
timing. All right. Got it.
What else do we have? I'd say date of conference, time of call for paper, and location, says Tyndall. And Stacy says that her brain is needing a timeline, so she might have misunderstood that. But no, you're fine. Maybe location and travel covered is quite important together. Yes, that's also a good idea. It should definitely be in the next feature when we can filter stuff. I cannot afford to pay for my own travel, so I only get the ones that says they cover. But we don't know that for all of them.
There is also a little bit of tricky things going on in the conference community, because some conferences say that, like Star Trek, I believe, for example, they say that we would love it if you paid, but if you contact us, we have a little...
Yeah, but I think that's... you need to read that. Those kind of details, I think you need to read on the page. We cannot... I would mark Star Trek as a we don't pay.
Yes.
We don't cover.
But if we already here says, no, we're not paying, you're not going to go into that conference and not going to submit for that. Well, that's
on you.
Okay.
Isn't it? How else would we... Do you mean we shouldn't be allowed to search for that? Or filter on that?
Maybe we could have some kind of disclaimer stating that, okay, even though this is... They say that they don't pay for it, you might want to check the page or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. But I just thought that's like common sense. If you really want to speak at Star Trek, for instance, and you can't afford it.
Perhaps you're a new speaker, you don't have seen that before.
Yeah.
I would probably assume that if it says we're not paying for you.
Well, if someone said we might be able to help you, I wouldn't mostly ask anyway, because I feel like they could have someone else.
Yeah, sure.
Imposter syndrome and all that. Yeah. though I think that 2 dates are also really important. I need both visible. When do I have to overcome my anxiety and submit? When should I mark my calendar? Yeah, for sure. For sure.
The answer is probably just do it.
No, it's never that. Mom, Dad, don't fight. Yeah, exactly. I mean, imagine a conference that you would like to speak in San Francisco, for instance, and it's like 10K hotel for you to travel, and then them covering it is a big part of the decision, I think. Yeah, but I think what Jimmy is saying is that some conferences say they are not covering, but then they might be helping if they have enough sponsors and stuff like that. So it's a case-by-case thing, and a lot of uncertainty.
I kind of don't want to discourage people from at least clicking this part, the search result.
Yeah.
Because inside, there we can show that kind of data. And we don't have that kind of data for all conferences as well. So it's kind of like, are you covering the costs?
Yeah.
Well, in some cases, we simply don't know. And in some cases, it's a no. And in some cases, it's a no, but perhaps. It's
we should have a filter by hotel cost. Yes, I would love that. And how many miles you can get.
It's really interesting that you say that. Because
we can sell this to travel agencies or programs like that.
I actually had an idea of perhaps this is something that we could do. That is to, if we go into a conference, it would be possible to like do a quick, I don't know, Google, Bing search or whatever on the cost of travel, just to get kind of a feeling of I mean, hotels, you can always get a cheap hotel or a motel.
Not in San Francisco, you can't. An Airbnb, maybe.
Yeah, there's always an option to, I mean, San Francisco, beautiful town to sleep outside, apparently.
Oh my gosh, that's harsh. That's harsh. Bad, Jimmy.
Sorry.
You mean because of the nice weather?
Yes. But
you can also sleep in your car.
That's true.
Have you seen the tents you can have on top of the Polestar? Sorry, that was a rant. Apparently, I'm in a ranty mode today.
I've noticed.
Sorry.
But basically, there is options for hotels. There's options for motels. But I also thought that perhaps we could build something in for Bing or for Google or whatever search engine we may be able to use to kind of find a ballpark. So you can find a flight from where you are to where you need to go, and it would cost around this amount of money.
Yep, at least a from.
Yes.
Amount like that. Tyndall, you haven't seen it? Okay, you're not supposed to sleep on the glass, but you are putting the, what do you call them? We call them sky boxes? The ski boxes, we call them, you know. Oh my gosh, my brain stopped working.
I don't know the English word for it.
The little thingies you put on the glass so you can put stuff on top of your roof. You fasten it in that. Yes, exactly. The takräcke. Exactly. So now we have Swedish here.
You're not helping. She knows the Swedish words.
Yeah, for sure. But the metal rod thingies that you put on the roof of your car, you fasten it on that somehow, and it looks freaking amazing. Some people also just lay everything flat and put in these inflatable beds in the car and sleep like that. And apparently it fits 1.5 beds, maybe. too, if you're very cozy.
Roof
rack! Thank you! Because apparently I don't know how to speak. Thank you. Yeah, that's Rikke. Okay, we have so much Swedish now. But now when I'm speaking in dialect, Tyndall won't understand me, apparently.
That's true.
And yes, we need to invent teleports so we can actually fix all that issues.
Okay.
And yes, I agree with Tyndall, because you can watch the stars if you sleep inside the car, but you cannot if you sleep on top of the car in a tent. And the panoramic window is amazing.
It is.
It is.
I've seen it many times.
My background on my phone is raindrops on top of the roof, and it looks really awesome. So that's doesn't have to be good weather because it's still fun to watch out, to look out. Thank you for joining us, Stacy. Have a good evening.
So, do you know what the really nice thing is right now?
No?
So if I click for attendees, everything is as it should. Because with last, I think it was three times ago, we took and consolidated our speaker page and our attendee page.
Yeah.
And basically made one of them.
Yeah.
So now
but it's still different, but it's same.
Yes.
Oh, Lavasoft asked, whose car is it right now? It's mine, because we had a damaged windshield, and we just got it changed today. So it's new and sparkly. So definitely mine.
Right now. All right. So we have a nice looking speaker page, nice looking attendee page. So there is a question about alignment. So if we try to zoom in here a little bit.
Oh yeah, we had more than one issue, but okay.
So we have a little bit too close here.
Yeah.
Perhaps this one isn't needed. Do we need that one?
No. Unless that's the venue, but it isn't.
No, it's a name of the conference.
Yeah, then it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Get rid of that one. Where do we have that one? Card title, building. Let's remove the building. There we go. And that one as well. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we got.
Yay! That's much better. And now it looks a little bit more higher on the hierarchy as well.
Yeah. Okay, so the NA and the 2 hour look. Actually, they're aligned, but the date is off for some reason.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So apparently, since I wasn't swearing at the car, I guess Lavasoft presumed that nothing was wrong with the car. No, I got it. I got it exchanged today. The windshield. No. I wouldn't take the new versions because they don't have the awesome pixelated matrix jumping dancing lights. And it is freaking awesome.
So check this out. Apparently we have a brake.
Oh,
no braking
look at that.
If I remove that one, that looks even more horrible. That did not help at all. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we have
2 comments.
Okay.
I think you have room to save not available or location not available. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, but I don't want to spell available.
You just did. Wait, time tags?
It's a thing. Apparently not working, but it's a thing. Okay, so let's...
Which is a little bit more accessible if you're using Today I learned there's such a thing. There are so many things we do not know about HTML. Well, I can't assume everyone, but some of us, for sure.
I don't know.
Was that a good error? It was worse when removing it.
Well, it was worse. Okay, so this one.
Yeah.
You can see there's a space between them. Why is there a space between them?
Maybe
Who
it's
is making that space?
Could it be the little...
You know what we're gonna do?
No.
So this is one of my favorite tricks, and I wish I knew this one a long time ago. We are going to pop into our CSS and we're going to go star. So all the elements, put a border around them.
Oh, so you can see them.
Do a red
Call
one.
them out.
Yeah. So I wish I knew this one. Let's go with dashed 1 pixel. That's fine.
We got into a pretty long discussion about body, main, article, and section on Discord a bit ago. Yeah, I think Jimmy was involved in that, right? Because he was...
And you as well.
Yeah, but by proxy. Yeah, I think we didn't really agree. Yeah. But there are some rules and regulation to it, so it does make sense, but it's just very... The W3 page is sometimes not the best to find things in.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah, there's some margin there.
There is some margin between those two. The only difference really is that this, I believe, is a span, and this is the time function. Or
yeah, so just put a little thingamajig before the time then.
Yeah, but we did have a thingamajig. That didn't work either. So probably, let's take a look at it. So span, got a span. So span probably have some kind of default behavior.
Probably.
So when it comes to CSS and stuff like that, some controls has a default behavior.
Yeah.
So let's take a look here. I think this might be, look at that. So it actually has a border, and that didn't help. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. So
and
this
also
one.
Put the border there.
No, let's see here. So let's take a look at margin. Now everything is border here.
Yeah, but you put the border there.
Box sizing dashed. So we got a little bit of border. We're gonna ignore that. This doesn't say anything about any margins.
It does. It says padding none.
Yeah.
And margin none.
Okay. So
but it does have an auto. Okay.
I think it's actually a... Oh, wait. Maybe it's actually... we should look here. Let's see here. Let's pick this one again. And somewhere there's like... browser thingy.
Browser thingy?
Maybe not. Okay, we can see that it's obviously that it has some kind of margin.
Yeah, for sure. So put it on our to-do list then.
We can fix it.
I thought that was what we were trying to do, but failed on.
You only fail when you give up. So let's put a margin. Oh, that would be left. And let's do 10 pixels. That's
10 pixels
that's
is
obviously going to be way too much, but I just want to see that it's happening. Look at that. That's worked. Great. So I'm going to say 3 pixels.
think it's 3. Yeah, maybe.
4.
Pixels versus M's and REMs. Fight. Always M's and REMs when you can use them. Because pixels are static and M's and REMs are not. End of story.
You're saying that pixels are static, but that's the only thing I hear when you speak. Is just
static? Oh, jeez.
Look at that.
Yay. Can we remove the horrible red border now?
You really don't like red, do you?
Well, it takes away from everything.
Sometimes it works.
No. The hot reload didn't work.
I can't remove it.
Okay.
It's there forever.
Yeah. Well, at least now they can find the search bar, so there's that.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
We have them aligned. And that is the 3 things that I had on the
okay, Tyndall doesn't want to talk design, but the red kind of takes away from the pretty. Oh, and I have an update for you.
Okay.
Because Lavasoft is currently watching Rocky Balboa. It does not feel like a Rocky movie to me, but... And rest sound like less... What? I can't read now either. It does not feel like a Rocky movie to me, and rest sound less like that. Okay. I'm not going to watch the rest since Sly is not really in them. No, that makes sense.
No, wait. Calm down. Calm down.
No, it's okay.
I'm assuming you're talking about Creed. Those are actually good movies.
Wasn't it Creed?
1 and 2 are actually good movies.
So Jimmy watched Creed 3 and was ranting for like 40 minutes.
Let's not talk about Creed.
And I didn't watch it.
Let's not talk about Creed 3. It's like Alien 4. It doesn't exist.
I was just going to say that, just like we're not mentioning Alien 4.
But, so here's the thing. So you have seen Rocky 4, which is arguably the best movie in the world. And
we can argue for sure.
And the second Creed movie, and you obviously need to see the first one to be able to see the second one, then Dolph Lundgren is in that one as well. And it's actually, it kind of continues the story from Rocky 4. So
but Lavasoft has a point. If Sly is not in them, it's not Rocky.
It's true, because
it is Ivan Drago.
It is Creed, and Sly is in them. 1 and 2, not 3.
Oh, and apparently we have a heathen in our midst. Tyndall didn't enjoy any of the Rocky movies. Well, I'm more on your side. I don't mind the classical ones, but the new one, didn't even try.
How can you say you don't like a movie?
Do you know how many times you watch those movies when there's reruns on TV?
Engage rant mode.
That did not work.
No.
Why did that not?
Because you have a muted computer.
Because I hit the wrong button. There we go. Rant mode.
No, it's muted computer.
No, the computer.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I think we should be.
Okay, rant then.
Do we have sound? Can you check?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yes, we do.
There we go.
Damn it.
Some sound. Okay. So how can you say that you don't like something that you haven't seen?
I've seen a lot of Rocky movies.
Yeah, but this is not the Rocky movie. This is Creed movie.
I think I saw the first one.
You think you saw the first one?
Yeah, it was so crappy it didn't even
is that what we're talking about?
impress on my brain.
Yeah, Yeah. No.
End rant mode.
That is not how you do it.
Damn it! All the buttons on our Stream Deck are on and off. That's what you do. You toggle them. Except for rant mode.
Dukasoft? What? What? What's up with that?
What? Haven't seen one. You haven't seen a fart or Rocky? I don't know. I don't know.
If you can see a fart, it's probably not a fart anymore.
Darth Jimmy? Yeah, Tyndall hasn't seen a fart either. I don't think a lot of people have. Oh, well, there was this on American's Funniest Movie or Home Video or whatever it's called. A little baby that they had just put talcum powder on, and it farted and was like, you could see the talcum party.
We had in like the 90s a artist that
went
on TV and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
no,
he apparently
no.
ate a lot of beans.
Yeah, come to Sweden because we have idiocracy on TV. He was doing a performance of farts on TV because, yeah, why have a talent? I've seen a fart camera.
Nice one.
A farting camera. No, in Sweden, speed is basically spelled fart and it's pronounced fart. So it's basically the same. So we have speed cameras are fart cameras. So it's a...
So here's a problem, right? So since we are bilingual, we when you see fart camera, it's obviously a fart camera and not a speed camera, right?
Everyone else sees a speed camera.
No
it's
one.
you and your sister.
Absolutely no one.
Oh, and
sees.
Rachel.
And someone mentioned that, oh, you should do a speed camera app. That's what they said, but fart camera app. And since this was under the period that we talked a lot about HoloLens, it kind of opened up a lot of doors here. Like, I mean, augmented reality fart, you can just oh, that person should, and if you press it long enough, his pants or her pants is just going to go brown.
My God.
Never did it. Never found the time. But if you're out there, if you're using HoloLens or whatever augmented reality, I would definitely buy that app.
Yeah, that's true. He actually, when we were getting our car, he really wanted a Tesla. But since I'm the only one driving, I opted for my Vito card on that one because it wasn't very nice, the one we tried. It was nice, but it wasn't as nice as the Polestar we have. However, when we went to the Tesla shop to actually test drive the car, the sales lady, she said, well, we can follow you here because it was during COVID and they couldn't join us, of course. So they were like, we will follow everything that you do in the car and where you are and what you press and stuff like that. Jimmy was trying all the fart sounds. There are like a gazillion fart sounds in a Tesla.
Is that true?
No.
Did I try them all?
All but maybe 2 or 3.
Because
I took the card and went in because we have been sitting outside the Tesla dealership when we had driven around and come back, and we were sitting there and Jimmy was like testing all the farts. I'm like, no, I'm going in now. We cannot sit here for 10 minutes listening to the different farts in a Tesla.
So this was my one chance to test all of the fart sounds, and yeah.
You can't be ranting on your computer because we have a glitch.
We like
yeah. Oh yeah. So we have Dukasoft apparently broking them. And also farts. Just makes me think of the Valentine's Day stream we had. The serious farting book. Yeah.
I still haven't recovered, really.
Sarah told us about it was a travel fart app, wasn't it? Like, this is Spain and this is France. Or,
yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think my brain just tilted, so
it tilted kind of because you obviously see how he reacts as soon as there's a fart joke. However, he just blanked out because he was hitting, I don't know.
Yeah.
You reset your brain
into
or something.
Overflow.
Yeah, I think so. It
was just, and this has happened to me a couple of times in my life when someone introduces something that is so funny that it becomes not funny because it's just like I have no outlet for this.
So Dukasoft suggests that maybe farts can be downloadable content. Jimmy does want to sideload applications on the Polestar. And what do you think the first one would be?
It's not going to have anything but speed.
It's a speed app. Everybody who's downloading it in Sweden are like, why is this making fart sound? I thought it was a speed camera app.
Connected to the speed of the car. So when you gas, it makes more sound. Oh my gosh.
No, I have a better one. You know how Google Maps and all those applications actually warn you before there's a fart app? I was going to say fart camera, speed camera.
You hear it in the distance, and the closer you get, the stronger the smell. No, the sound.
Are you going to have smell-o-vision in the car? You can buy your own car. Polestar's mine. You do something else.
Dukasoft smelly code.
Oh my gosh! Where have we gone on this stream today? Okay, yeah, it's one of those days. It's one of those days for sure.
Okay, back to the code, if we can. So in the conference
we lost a couple of viewers here.
In the conference item, we had, I should say, a method getting the location, the writing out the location. That's what the one we did a fix for. But I'm gonna move that code.
Sorry about the farts. Well, he started it.
So we're gonna bring that method over to the conference function instead. Mm-hmm. I think that is something that we can do. So I can remove item because we're inside the item. And remove that one, that one, that one, and it's online. There we go. Okay. So we're also gonna make that public, like that. So now we have a method getting the location inside of the conference item, or sorry, the conference data class. So we're going to go back to our conference item, and we're just going to say, you know what, this one lives inside of the item now. Maybe it's not called item, maybe it's called item with a capital I. There we go. So why are we doing this? Well, if we go into the conference page, we are showing the location somewhere. Where are you? Location, there, geo. There we go. So we got the conference city, was actually what we showed.
Yeah.
So here we can go get location instead. There we go. And that's a method. So if I compile this again, you see that, so in this case, this was Google I/O, and it didn't
Google
I/O, and it doesn't have a location. So let's see if...
then we should actually add the text here as well.
Let's see what we got. So since I extracted the method, which had the text...
Oh, right.
It's not building. So what am I doing wrong here? Subscription badge, that should not be. Conference does not contain definition of get location. Yes, it does. So did I do anything wrong here? Public string get location. What am I doing wrong? Let's see, let's rebuild only. Okay, so the type of name T could not be found.
Did you break it?
I honestly don't know what this even is. Is this something that we had before? What is subscriptions? Have I forgotten something?
I don't know.
I'm gonna remove it.
So we're switching gears in chat now.
Okay.
Is it really the data object's responsibility to explain how to show the not available label, or should the view be responsible for parsing a null value and deciding how to display it?
The problem is that the view is many views. So in that case, we would have to duplicate the code or have an extension method or have a view model for that particular thing. I can agree that it might be not in the data model, but in my case, I kind of think that there's adding some additional complexity to have this data model versus a view model, and you need to copy the data between them and get that working. We might end up there. I think that in the future we're going to do a API. So we might end up with different data models and API models and stuff like that. But in this case, so I wouldn't put, for example, a link inside of the data model. But in this case, we're actually we're taking the data inside of data model, we're shuffling it around, getting a new type of location. So it still get a location, and I think that belongs in the data model. I think that's fine.
He also says, I hear that someone liked components. Well, that's for sure.
Okay, let's see.
I usually just keep it simple or dirty. Depends on the view. Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
That's a good way to sum it up.
Oh, look at that. Not available.
Yay.
Okay, so missing location. We got that one.
But now we are on the page where we are not aligned.
Yes, but we are still up here.
Okay. Baby steps.
We're working ourselves down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Baby steps.
So next one is call for paper.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go into this one was actually closed call for paper, the call for paper link is no longer there.
Yeah.
So we're not linking back to Sessionize, which is the place that is giving us the data.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that I want to put the call for paper back there and say closed.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, because it's better that we don't want to steal their thunder. We want to put them there. What's that ID? And the rest I can't lift in because program, but it says 99169-A.
So that is probably this one. So,
got it.
So that's RavenDB. RavenDB's documents is the collection, so the conferences, and a ID. The A.
What? Okay.
Sign language.
No.
A.
No sign language.
A.
Yeah. at least in Swedish.
The A is for the first node, so it would be A and B if there's different nodes and stuff like that, as far as I understand it. But that's the default behavior of Raven. Okay, so we got call for paper, closing in, closed.
Okay, that's maybe not that pretty, but...
So the question is, let's do it like this.
But we are checking if it is closed, then we can just switch out the text.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do it a little bit ugly way.
Okay.
I think it's
quick and dirty.
Yeah, but it's better to do it this way, I think, because that's also like quick and dirty or ugly or whatever. It's kind of like in some cases the more elegant version would be harder to read and harder to write, and most importantly harder to understand. So in this case, we're just going to copy the same line here and simply say, actually we can do it a little bit better.
Can you display minutes when it's less than an hour? Or when it's more than... Less than? More than. Oh my god, my brain is fried. 24 hours. Or when Jimmy is at work!
Absolutely.
Less, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, because we get the actual timestamp, right? From Sessionize.
Yes.
Yeah. When you set up a conference on Sessionize, you put in what... You can put in down to the minute, or if not seconds, actually, when you want to stop it. That's the trollery that you promised before. You're my favorite troll.
I think it's actually... might be a problem with the exact hours right now. I think we might have a time zone issue.
Oh, okay.
Not sure about that though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of like looking at code and kind of narrowing it down, finding I mean, I could have just taken the string, copied it, pasted it, but now we're kind of looking at, okay, what is the things that are different? So in this case, we have a megaphone, we have a link to the call for paper URL, and call for paper. So that is going to be true in all cases. So let's bring that outside. We also have, if we don't have a call for paper URL, because that could happen, we're not showing anything. So we're going to remove that one from there, and we're going to put that up here instead. So simply, if we don't have a call for paper URL, we're not going to show the link, because that doesn't make sense. Okay? But the only difference between the URL showing how long it was left, so closing in, and the time, is really just the closing in part, this part, because the to closing in method is going to return closed. So what we can do is we can remove that as well.
Text on 19.
Yes, we're coming to that. And that is that's a very good point. Because this one, you see that we got red squigglies and recognized keyword and stuff is all over the place. So for this to become
Thank you for the follow.
HTML again,
City 4792 is now following.
And text is not spelled that way.
But this
text is not an HTML tag, even though it looks like one. It kind of renders like nothing. So we're saying that we want to have a tag, but we don't want it to render a tag. So we're just going to leave that alone, like so. So what we have here is if the URL is empty, actually the other way around, if it's not empty, we should add the megaphone, we should add the link, and the end, and closing in or closed.
Can you try something?
Yeah.
Because you might be able to exit Razer with having the close in the front, if you get what I'm saying. Text / self-closing tag.
I think that you can use
to exit Razer.
I'm not sure where I should put that.
In the beginning.
It's up here?
Like you do in HTML. No. At the end of that.
Sorry, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, like that.
Doesn't seem so. It might work, but I
At least we tried.
I get red squiggly.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
Squigglies.
Well, now we know.
You never gonna know.
You were just unlucky when you had a thought, Tyndall. That's all. We all do that. Me more than ever, it feels like.
Okay, let's see if we have something nice to look at.
Yeah, to quote our friend Fritz, and knowing is half the battle. That's for sure. It did somehow look logical, didn't it? Because we know that behavior from elsewhere. Worth a try.
I'm gonna put a break here.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Okay. That looks kind of good. Call for paper, closed. I think we got an alignment issue here.
Yes.
I think we do.
We do. For sure.
Let's zoom in here and see what's going on. Actually, let's bring our trusty red thingies back.
Oh no, they're coming back.
There we go. Okay, so we got a little bit more space here. This one doesn't have any space at all.
No, but that actually isn't encapsulated like the others are.
Let's take a look here. Let's pop back to our... So what do we have here? We got a calendar. This one has an A tag and a P tag.
Tyndall says that he's jumping over to the surface, so we're coming with him to the bathroom. For cleaning, nothing else! You have filthy minds. Well, you were in chat today, so there you go. We also have another one. You could make closing in a variable and do the @ and then make it a var.
That's true. That's true.
We also don't encourage him to get soft. Wow, red stuff. Ship it.
There we go. Aligned.
Ish. Oh no. Okay. So again, the screen I have in front of me is a little bit older than your computer, so it looks wonky on that one, but on your computer
that this is aligned?
Yeah. Yes. Ish. I think so. Is it? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's remove the red stuff before
you happen to accidentally ship it.
Mode.
We have a button for it.
There we go. This looks good. Okay.
Jimmy, is it not realigned again?
So
it's red aligned.
So what do we want to do with this one? Actually, we got one more thing to talk about. Hey,
Napalm!
Hey. We added a hidden feature. So we can click on this one and get the geo search.
Yes.
Right? But we also talked about perhaps this is a little bit hidden.
Yes.
So should we add it like here?
Can we click on everything else in that list?
No, not that one.
Yeah. Then all of them should be differentiated, I guess.
Not sure what you're saying.
I'm saying that they shouldn't look identical if they are, some of them are clickable and some of them are not.
Right. So you're saying that we want to have a link color or something like that. But if we...
Or we can go like full 90s and have an underline.
But call for paper, I think it's kind of like obvious that you can click it.
Why is that obvious?
I'm not saying that it shouldn't have some kind
Why is that more obvious than the location?
Because it's you're supposed to go to a call for paper.
Yeah, but you have the little pin.
Yeah.
For me, that means you can go to the map from that. So I think it's all...
fair enough.
I think that's all... I use maps way more than you, so for me, it makes sense that this is clickable. For you, it makes more sense that Call for Papers is clickable, but if you're a first-time speaker, how do you know?
Okay.
Red text! Oh, come on!
So what I'm hearing you say is that we need to think about how we would handle links.
Yes.
So you're saying that this text is fine if we make it obvious that you can click it. You would understand that this
or
has something
at least
to do with...
that it's not the same as the dates, because the dates are not clickable, but they live in the same...
Yeah.
They have the same look.
Okay. But that's fine. In that case, I think we should leave this.
Yes. Agreed.
And go on.
Yeah, and put that on our backlist.
Yeah.
Backlog.
Because if you don't get this fixed, you're gonna go berserk.
I am. Yeah.
Because this is not the same size.
I would say hover underline, but mobile hates that. Yes, so we need to figure out a different way to do it on mobile. But one could argue that on mobile everything should be clickable, so you should know that you're able to click it, but that's not always the case.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, this one then.
Yeah.
You saw this one and you said, oh, it's not a line.
Mm-hmm. No, it's bigger than the actual content underneath, which makes no sense.
Exactly. But let's back up.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need that one?
I don't know what it is anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point. So the problem here is that actually this one should have data, but it doesn't. So this is the weather data.
Oh, right. It should have been the weather data.
Yeah. So if we don't have weather data, I'm thinking we're just going to remove it.
We can, yeah, exactly. The good old blue and purple link formatting. Yeah, it still makes sense though.
So let's see.
Like in Internet Explorer, you search for something, you know that what pages you have been on because they were purple instead of blue. Yep. Oh, the memories. Some still use it though.
So apparently, I get it. Okay. So we have our weather data. Mm-hmm. We're setting it to null, which it doesn't like. Weird. Which we actually could fix. We could just say new. I think we can do that. Oh, maybe we need to do it like with these thingies. Is that not working?
Still squigglies. All of the squigglies. No, that's just Visual Studio glitter and serpentines.
Oh, you should be able to do that. Okay, let's do it the old school way then.
Oh, null without space. Like, come on. There we go.
Yeah, you could do that, I guess.
Yes, Lavasoft, you just heard glitter. That is true.
But basically what we're doing here is we're setting the weather to 0. We don't have any weather.
Yeah.
But
well, we do, but
but up here we looked for. Let me see what we got. We looked for is weather is not null.
Right.
But
if we don't have any weather.
Exactly. But we actually got data back from the server and said we don't have any. So what we need to do here is we need to check if the weather dot count. Actually, I usually do it like this instead. So instead of dot count is larger than 0, we can just say, is there any weather? So this
should now be removed.
It should. Let's see if it's true. Four speakers.
Yeah.
Go and boom. So let's see what I did.
And with boom, you mean there's a Blazor error or some sort of error.
Some sort of error. Let's see here. Value cannot be null. That is probably true. Conference page 41. Let's see what we got here. 41.
Oh my gosh, you're on fire today. It's gone though.
But weather is new. It's not null. Maybe there is some kind of reality where it can be null. So let's check for null as well then. I can't see why it should be able to be null. If it's not null and
we don't have any weather.
Well, where we have weather, of course.
Right.
Good catch. Okay, let's see what we got
here. Dot count. Jimmy spelled Count Dooku wrong.
That did not work. No, it should be any. Where we have any. Right.
I'm glad it's not just my brain that can get mushy sometimes.
Sometimes those, I mean, I don't know how many fixes I've done, and I'm like, remove the exclamation. Put it back. No, removed it.
Like it's triple negation.
Still showing up. What is up with this? Oh, right. Okay. Because I have the card up here. So I need to move all of that goodness out here.
Right.
Because I don't want it to show at all if I don't
Oh
have
yeah,
any
we don't want to see the card if it's empty.
Exactly. There we go.
Ta-da! And now it's aligned.
It is. But this looks like not that nice as you would call it.
Yeah, that should have the same design as we have on the other page.
Yeah. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So here we have, first of all, we have a card and a body.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just remove that.
And all the divs.
All the divs. There we go. Let's see what we got. A little bit better.
Mm.
It's better.
Yeah. Okay.
But you see that you have a little bit of a gap here, right?
Yeah.
So if we go back to our search page or our speaker page, where do we have that one? Our speaker page. You'll see that up here we got some deflex, flex wrap, justify content stuff thingies there.
Yeah.
So I can take that one. And I can put that into where do we have it? The overlapping conferences here. Because this one was just looping over the content, the conference items. So if I put this one here and fix it, There we go.
Oh, so you get the gap now.
I will probably get... There we go.
Nice.
So now we got overlapping conferences. We got a little bit of gap. It looks just as with the other one.
Can we have a little spacing between the conference link and the overlapping conference?
Here?
Yeah, it's very crowded.
Let's see.
I don't like crowded pages.
Let's actually go into a page where we have some weather. This one, perhaps. No? What have I done?
I don't know.
So what I did a couple of weeks ago was that I...
broke it?
No, I reloaded all the data, or got it again, refreshed the data, if you will, and we got a bill for $200.
Yeah. On top of the 150 free.
No, actually, that was the total.
Okay.
So we just got $70 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
it kind of racked up a little.
So I went down the stairs with my hat in my hands, and I said to Jessica, so I made a boo-boo.
How much? Is it Asher? It's not the first time.
Yeah.
You try something and then you forget about it. And what is that?
Which?
Yeah, now you need to fix the sizing again.
Yeah.
And the spacing between the weather data and overlapping concepts.
Spacing between the weather data. So this one, it seems okay.
Yeah.
But this one
actually it could be a little closer without, because it should live together with the overview.
Okay.
But underneath that's different.
Let's see what we got here. I don't remember what is actually going on. So we have all of that goodness up here.
Jimmy made a boo-boo. Is that back to low-hanging fruit? Yeah, I might have had a small, tiny rant about the expression low-hanging fruit earlier in the stream. Not a fan.
So the overlapping conferences is there. This one. Let's take a look at what is happening here. So this one. So row MT5. So MT5 is margin top arbitrary number 5. So it's not 5 pixels, not 5 rems, it's 5. So so that is the reason why we have a little bit of spacing. So let's do that for... I think it makes sense to...
so make it a 3 then.
Let's make it a 3. Just like what you do with headers. So H...
Do not start me on that.
It gets to her every time.
Every time, and I know you're trolling me. Do not switch H tag if you want a different size. Resize them.
I would argue that we need a little bit more.
Okay, so I get some encouragement. Dukasoft is curious, and Lavasoft thinks I should keep on going. So what's weird? What I'm ranting about is that
mode.
Some people do change their HTML. If they have an H1 and they want to get the size a little smaller, they go down to an H3. But that messes up with accessibility, and you should never do that. You can resize the H1 to be as tiny as you want. That doesn't matter, because we will keep the context. You can end the rant mode. I forgot which one. Okay, so every other button is a toggle button. Maybe that should be a rant.
Okay, is this better?
could be a little bit more underneath because it's like equal spacing.
Equal.
Yeah, but it feels more equal. And it should feel,
better?
Yeah. Are they aligned?
Who?
The width.
Do you think it is?
No.
And if you think it is. No, it's not.
I never start with H1. It's too big. It's okay, but the highest number you go with should always be the highest number. You shouldn't use that as a styling tool because it will so mess up the accessibility.
So one of the things that we have on our page, if we go through, now I'm totally forgetting the Lighthouse. Is it Lighthouse? Yeah. So if we check with accessibility, we're going to come back to that later when we're going into accessibility. But one of the things that we have, I can show you the page here. So here, these, the numbers are actually H4.
Yeah.
Because I thought that, well, we have the title should be in H1. That's basically the title of the page. And then we have a couple of different levels, and I thought that this might be the fourth level, basically. But when we talk about accessibility, first of all, you will fail accessibility testing if you don't have an H1. You will also fail if you don't have have 2, 3, 4. If you just have H1 and 4, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there's some trolling going on or encouragement maybe. Go on, engage rant mode again and rant about the toggle button situation. You know you want to. We support you. Go on, it's just a little button. Push it! Oh my gosh. Oh, you just brushed the cat. Tyndall just brushed his cat and now have 1.5 cat. That is true. And a lot of cat glitter. Use your pinky. Oh my god, it keeps going. And then we have another instigator here. Speaking of nothing, I was promised a rant about long stand-ups, and I'm still waiting. So Tyndall and I was speaking off stream earlier today and about how people are misusing stand-ups and daily scrums and things like that. It should be a 30 to 45 second check-in, maybe a minute. I'll give you a minute, even 2 if you're nice. How can a small team of like 5 developers have a 30-minute check-in? I don't get it. I don't want to know what you had for dinner. We can talk about that during lunch or whatever. So yeah, for sure. And Tyndall had some horror stories as well. I think it was like a 90-minute stand-up. That's not okay.
That's business as usual.
It's not okay. I have offered my services for free to just come in and show them how it's done, but no. Oh my gosh, 7 people, 90 minutes. Well, yesterday I was working on this simultaneously as I was on Spotify listening to this artist and this song. Then it changed to this song. Maybe if you do it like that. I don't know. Yeah, almost 6 because Tyndall was 30 seconds. 90 minutes should be now. Sit down. Yeah, and the stand-up should be... we had Slack-ups at my last job. That was good. Because that's way faster. Just put it in Slack and then we're done. Okay, so we have a story here. at one job, our project manager was off, and the guy standing in for him said to me, "Tomorrow you get 30 seconds." So I was ready for him, and I had the countdown, the TV show, 30-second timer on a dictaphone or voice recorder. So I started playing and got my update done in 30 seconds. I think no one heard what I said because they were just laughing too much. I really like that. We should have more countdowns. It's like a cap, no more than 2 minutes. It's 3 sentences. You're saying 3 sentences. Yeah, I love it. Someone should do like a Teams plugin for that. You get the countdown and melody and all of it. Yeah. I like it. Can we build it?
What is going on? Row star.
Is it acting up?
Star. So this one is not inside of a row. Is that the problem? Let me see. So the conference item is...
How long can it take to just say, yes, I'm still working here? Exactly. And I mean, if you have a blocker, you're not supposed to tell all the coworkers how you're going to fix that later. You can just say, I have an issue and I'm working on it.
I have more than one issue.
Yes. Yesterday I was very busy. Today I'm still going to be busy. No blockers. Or only blockers sometimes, I feel like.
Where did they...
Yeah, I feel agile done right is UX for working. I mean, if you have a bad UX, it's not usable. If you have a bad stand-up, it's not usable. 90 minutes, 7 people, that's insane. You finding it?
Maybe it's this. Is it this? It's a little bit tricky.
Agile done right is like going faster than light. There you go.
That's not right. Okay, so that one is...
I got my stuff done, still working on it. Today I will be doing X, continuing. I have no blockers. I'd like to have a separate meeting with that person over there. Let's set something up after the stand-up. Exactly, it's like 10 seconds.
So this one has a row.
We actually had, on Mondays, we had a 30 minutes check-in. We didn't call it stand-up or daily scrum or anything. We called it weekly check-in, which was basically just chit-chatting. And then we went back to the 5-minute.
So somewhere there's a 12 pixels padding.
Okay.
And apparently it is in the row star. So everything inside of a row should have 12 pixels of padding.
Mm-hmm. Could it be that we are not using CSS, but all the ugliness of the other stuff?
The thing is that this one is also inside of a row, but does not have the padding. So there's something...
This is so common and it's so backwards to me. The parallel team to Fulesnabel at work doesn't do retros or planning because it takes too much time. So they use the stand-up for that, which end up taking more time. And that is the risk of not going full in when you're working agile. I mean, it doesn't matter what type of agile framework you're using, or even if you're picking and choosing. But if you don't do the planning, how the hell are you going to be working? And it's so common that people are actually doing like, oh, it takes too much time. Yeah, it takes like 10 hours if you're doing scrum per week. But it's not 90 minutes every day. Yay, bootstrap row padding. See? I feel like I have a bond here because I'm not very fond of bootstrap.
So apparently there is something going on with the deflex thingy, because this one has padding. Okay, I think we need to leave this for next time because we are already over time. But I think we actually got some really nice stuff done.
Yeah.
This is aligned. These are aligned. We got a new not available. These are aligned, and the overlapping conferences looks really much better.
Very much better. So I need to bring this up as well. This morning I was in a Zoom call for XP Manchester Lean Coffee morning, and some of the discussions centered around having personal chats regularly, free from work, just to get to connect with colleagues, especially with remote work. Some people said their company said that the directors even encouraged them. Yeah, it is actually so nice because you will get to know your colleagues better, and if you know them better, you will work with them better, and you will be better to sort things out, and you will not assume that they said this in spite of, stuff like that. So what we had was at least one, which we call in Sweden fika, which is just coffee and sweet stuff usually, but we played online games if we were remote, which is super fun, and it also gets you in a completely different headspace, which is so important. And I really like that some workplaces actually see the value in taking care of their employees.
I think there are a couple of things going on, like you said, like getting out of the headspace, getting something else. So we used to have a ping pong table or a table tennis table. Table tennis table. Right. But due to we needed more conference-based rooms, we had to remove that one. We at my former workplace a couple of times back, we had a what do you call them? The ice hockey indoor ice hockey table.
Foosball.
No, the
hockey games.
Hockey,
yeah, okay. Yeah. So basically foosball, but for Scandinavians.
Yeah, super fun. But that was also kind of a thing. Like we I think we had matches, which was like 3 minutes, I think. Because the guy that I played had actually won a game against the world champion of this game.
Right.
So the only chance I had of ever beating him was a timed match, and if I was super lucky. And I did beat him once.
And then you never played him again because then he considered you.
Did.
Oh, okay.
I did, because it was so much fun.
Tyndall says that he prefers not Scrum, and Agile is supposed to be agile, and Scrum comes with too much ceremony. I usually say when I teach Scrum or Agile, but specifically when I teach Scrum, I usually say that Scrum should be so agile that you're all of a sudden not doing Scrum. It should be agile enough to write itself out. That's the part of agility, and sometimes that's not always. There are some things that people take for granted that Scrum is or is not. And when the whole concern or company or what have you is not on board that we are making this work for us, then you're screwed.
Do we need to press the rant button?
No, I will not rant. Yeah, we do Scrum But. Exactly, Scrum But.
I usually use 2 T's for that.
Yeah, I do too. And then I show a picture of IR Baboon.
Yeah.
Because he has a red butt. Oh, last week on our stand-down meeting, our team leader had us play a Gartic phone game where you had to take turns to draw something and then describe the picture in a telephone. Yes, it is hilarious. That's one of the games we were playing as well. There are so many fun online games that are free that you can actually do, and you can just take like 15 minutes, 30 minutes if you have it, and play with your coworkers, and it's super fun. We played another game as well where I write a quirky sentence, you draw it, the next person has to describe that with a sentence, and the next person has to draw that sentence, and then we go back. So it's basically like the phone game, but it has a bunch of imagery in between. And I mean, the drawings we came up with, yeah, it is fun. Oh, it was the same game. Yeah, it's so fun, and you get a little GIF. What am I saying? GIF. You get a little GIF afterwards that you can actually see the images, and it's super fun.
So I think it was, I lost it in the chat now, I think it was Shirley Dev that said air hockey. It was not air hockey, it was this kind of game.
Right.
It was super, or is super fun.
Next random thing, I'm making the bet, Zelda's helping. Not going great. Well, that's cats. If you even think of making the bed, the cat will live there forever.
Is it called table hockey in English? That makes sense, I guess. Super fun. I love that game.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of fun things. Oh, do we get to see what you drew? No, get to hear about it. Someone drew me flying my drone. They even got my little sticky up bit over here in the middle, right? But I described it as a pumpkin man flying a drone. The Pumpkin Man! Are you now called the Pumpkin Man? Have you changed your name in Teams or Zoom or whatever you're using?
Is that domain still available?
Yeah, it's super fun. We should play that on stream sometime. I mean, with friends like this. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
All right.
You would draw a speed app.
Yes.
Mm.
We have one more thing to do.
Okay. Oh, we have one more thing to do. I'm ready for it. Who's online? We have ProtonFig, who's doing
good.
software and game development.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, and safe travel tomorrow, Eric. And see you next time. Thank you all.
Bye.